And now, live from the palatial, spacious, gracious, but never ostentatious studios high above Gotham City, it's Zach Dawack.
Greetings, red-blooded verified Earth people and those with no check mark. It's me, the always dapper podcast babbler, your daddy-o blog from the radio and the monkey on the mic, here running that semi-professionally trained tongue of mine. I am Zachary Ernesto Wackalina III, otherwise known as Zach the Wack. Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome to those of you from Woodcliff Lake, New Jersey, to Poolesville, Maryland, North Charleston, South Carolina, to Lake Placid, Florida, and all around the world. This is the often secluded, never diluted, always wacky, never tacky, hot rockin' flame-throwing to wacky in the morning show. Live from the low-rent, sleazy, and measly Ramen Jam and Nut Hut Studios at the Dawack Shack Broadcast Megaplex at Peachtree Industrial on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia, here in FEMA Region Number 4. Live out of Studio F today. Last time I checked, it's Friday, August 21st, 2026. We got this day in history, stupid news, the horrible scopes, and other crap.
Today, we remember you.
Today, we remember John Amos, from Good Times and Coming to America, Don Everly of the Everly Brothers, and Robert Moog, the electronic engineer and electronic music pioneer.
Here's today's holidays. Oh.
Let's check out what we're celebrating today. It is National Senior Citizens Day. A day to recognize and appreciate the contribution of older adults, and to hear the phrase, back in my day, at least 14 times. Yeah, celebrating the old people. I'm catching up. It's World Honeybee Day, celebrating honeybees, beekeepers, and the tiny flying employees responsible for helping pollinate our food supply. It's National Brazilian Blowout Day, an observance centered around the Brazilian blowout hair smoothing treatment. Finally, a holiday for people whose hair wakes up angrier than they do. It's National Fentanyl Prevention and Awareness Day, an important awareness day focused on education about the dangers of illicit fentanyl and preventing overdose deaths. It's International Day of Remembrance and Tribute to the Victims of Terrorism, a United Nations observance honoring and supporting victims and survivors of terrorism. It's National Men's Grooming Day, observed on the third Friday in August, encouraging guys to take care of their appearance. Translation, yes, fellas, that nose hair counts. And it is National Day of Celebration of the Canary Islands, an observance connected with Canary Islands culture and identity. There you go. Oh yeah, one more here. It's thank God it's freaking Friday Day. Not technically recognized by Congress, but considerably more popular.
Need a little lift? Meet Friday. Bad day? Drift. Meet Friday. Early alarm and a dry cereal bowl? Friday. Boss got you twisted? Friday. It slides and smooth, it lands just right. Turns to O in one quick bite. Friday, Friday, Friday's here. Take your stress and make it disappear. Friday, Friday, give it a spin. One little wink and the fun rushes in. Friday, that's the fix, that's the glow. Buy one now, watch your worries go. Stuck in a line with a face like the rain. Friday, lost your pen and you blame the train. Friday, it's the thing in the cart that says you're okay, and somehow your eyebrows move back to brave. Why let the whole week boss you around? Friday puts the spring back in the sound. Friday, Friday, Friday's here. Take your stress and make it disappear.
What happened on this day, as if you cared.
In 1770, Captain James Cook claims Eastern Australia for Great Britain. Cook landed on Possession Island and formally claimed the eastern coast for the British Crown, naming it New South Wales.
Apparently, back then you could just show up somewhere, stick a flag in the dirt, and yell mine. Try that at Costco today, and security gets involved.
In 1831, Nat Turner's rebellion begins. Nat Turner led an uprising of enslaved people in Southampton County, Virginia.
The rebellion and its violent suppression became a major event in the history of American slavery.
In 1858, the first Lincoln-Douglas debate takes place. Abraham Lincoln and Stephen A. Douglas faced off in Ottawa, Illinois, in the first of their 7 famous debates during the U.S. Senate campaign.
7 debates. Today we get 1 debate, 4,000 memes, and 3 weeks of people arguing about who had the better microphone.
In 1878, the American Bar Association is founded. Lawyers gathered in Saratoga Springs, New York, to establish the ABA. Now, we're not talking about the American Basketball Association.
Well, somewhere at that exact moment, the billable hours rubbed its hands together and whispered, "My time has come."
In 1888, the first successful adding machine is patented. William Seward Burroughs received a patent for his calculating machine, an important step toward modern mechanical calculators.
Finally, humanity had a machine capable of calculating exactly how broke you were.
In 1911, the Mona Lisa is stolen from the Louvre. Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece disappeared from the Louvre in Paris after employee Vincenzo Prugia took it. It wasn't recovered for 2 years.
Man, imagine walking out of the Louvre with the Mona Lisa. Meanwhile, I can't leave CVS without the alarm going off because I bought deodorant.
In 1959, Hawaii becomes America's 50th state. President Dwight D. Eisenhower issued the proclamation officially admitting Hawaii into the United States.
America finally got Hawaii and immediately said, "Great, now let's charge everybody $900 to fly there."
In 1968, the Soviet-led invasion of Czechoslovakia continues. Warsaw Pact forces occupied Czechoslovakia, crushing the reform movement known as the Prague Spring. In 1991, Latvia restores its independence. Latvia declared the restoration and full independence from the collapsing Soviet Union. Also that year, the Soviet coup attempt collapses. The hardline coup against the Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev fell apart after only a few days, accelerating the eventual breakup of the Soviet Union.
Yeah, 3-day coup. Even Quibble lasted longer.
In 1993, NASA loses contact with the Mars Observer. Just days before the spacecraft was supposed to enter orbit around Mars, communication mysteriously stopped. NASA never regained contact.
Yeah, somewhere on Mars, there's a rover saying, "New phone, who dis?"
In 2017, it's the Great American Solar Eclipse. A total solar eclipse crossed the continental United States from Oregon to South Carolina. The first total eclipse visible coast to coast across the contiguous United States since 1918.
Yeah, for approximately 2 minutes, millions of Americans simultaneously ignored every warning they'd ever received and stared directly at the sun.
All right, there you go. All right, let's look at this day in music.
Rock and roll history. Here's this day in music.
All right, in 1961, Patsy Cline recorded Willie Nelson's Crazy while still recovering from a serious car accident 2 months earlier.
Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely.
She was reportedly still on crutches and dealing with broken ribs. That song became one of her signature recordings.
Yeah, she recorded Crazy with broken ribs. I pull muscle getting out of bed every morning, and it cancels my entire day.
In 1961, the Marvelettes released Please Mr. Postman. It eventually topped the Billboard Hot 100, becoming Motown's first #1 pop single.
Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
A song about waiting for the mail. Today's version would be called Please Mr. Amazon Driver. It says you're 3 stops away. In 1961, Elvis is the king of the album chart. Elvis Presley's Something for Everybody began a 3-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album chart, giving Elvis his 6th U.S. number 1 album.
Yeah, that's something for everybody. Also the official motto of an all-you-can-eat buffet.
In 1965, Barry Maguire released the protest anthem Eve of Destruction, which would reach number 1 here in America.
Tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction.
That's a cheerful little number for when walking on sunshine just isn't matching your mood.
In 1965, The Lovin' Spoonful released their classic Do You Believe in Magic?
Do you believe in magic?
Yeah, I absolutely believe in magic. Every month my paycheck performs an incredible disappearing act.
And another one for 1965, it's the Rolling Stones, began a 3-week run atop the U.S. album charts with Out of Our Heads, their first U.S. number 1 album.
And somehow, 61 years later, Mick Jagger still has more energy than most people half his age.
In 1966, the Beatles have one miserable day on tour. During their final U.S. tour, the Beatles played Cincinnati and St. Louis on the same day after the Cincinnati concert had been postponed by rain. In St. Louis, they performed while rain poured around the stage.
2 cities, 2 concerts, 1 day. Meanwhile, I need a recovery period after going to Target and Costco.
In 1967, The Doors get strange. The Doors began recording their second album, Strange Days, at Sunset Studios in Hollywood. The album would include People Are Strange and Love Me 2 Times.
Yeah, people are strange. Jim Morrison figured out social media approximately 40 years before it existed.
In 1968, Mony Mony tops the UK chart. Tommy James and the Shondells returned to number 1 in Britain with Mony Mony. In 1968, the Beatles were at Abbey Road Studios in London working on Sexy Sadie during the sessions that would become the White Album. In 1969, James Brown gets into the restaurant business. The Godfather of Soul opened his first 2 gold platter restaurants in Macon, Georgia, with food service on replica gold records. The hoped-for franchise did not last.
James Brown serving dinner on gold records. Papa's got a brand new plate.
In 1976, a massive Knebworth concert. The Rolling Stones headline England's Knebworth Festival alongside Lynyrd Skynyrd's 10cc, Todd Rundgren's Utopia, and Hot Tuna.
That's not a concert lineup. That's 6 months of classic rock radio compressed into one afternoon.
In 1976, RCA announced the worldwide record sales of Elvis Presley records had surpassed 400 million. In 1980, rock superstar Linda Ronstadt made her Broadway debut in Gilbert and Sullivan's The Pirates of Penzance.
From You're No Good to musical theater, that's one hell of a career detour.
In 1982, U2 frontman Bono married Alison Stewart, his longtime girlfriend in Ireland. U2 bassist Adam Clayton served as the best man.
At last check, they're still married, so apparently Bono did find what he was looking for.
In 1983, Ramones guitarist Johnny Ramone underwent hours of brain surgery after being seriously injured in a street altercation in New York. In 1987, Dirty Dancing was released in the United States, bringing with it one of the era's biggest movie soundtracks and eventually turning I've Had the Time of My Life into a monster hit.
Now I had the time of my life.
Yeah, for the next 39 years, drunk people at weddings would attempt that lift.
In 1990, Prince released the soundtrack album Graffiti Bridge, the follow-up project connected to Purple Rain. Also in 1990, Rat released their 5th studio album, Detonator.
Because in 1990, federal law apparently required every hard rock album title to sound like something you'd find at a demolition site.
And in 1997, Oasis released their hugely anticipated third album, Be Here Now. It sold more than 350,000 copies on its first day and became Britain's best-selling album of 1997.
Wow, Oasis sold 350,000 albums in one day. And somewhere, Noel and Liam Gallagher immediately started arguing about whose fault it was.
And as we remembered earlier, in 2005, synthesizer pioneer Robert Moog passes away. Moog, the creator of the revolutionary Moog synthesizer, died at the age of 71. His instruments fundamentally changed electronic and popular music.
Yeah, without Robert Moog, the 80s would have sounded very different.
Let's see, in 2015, when protesters demonstrated outside a Foo Fighters concert in Kansas City, the band drove by them while blasting Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up.
And there are many ways to respond to protesters. Dave Grohl shows weaponized Rick Astley.
That's a Rick roll. And in 2024, Taylor Swift completed the European leg of her Eras Tour with her 8th Wembley Stadium performance that summer, surpassing Michael Jackson's previous mark for the most Wembley shows by a solo artist on tour. And that's your August 21st music history, a day featuring Elvis, the Beatles, the Stones, Motown, Prince, Oasis, U2, and Rick Astley. Basically, my entire music collection on shuffle.
Here's what's happening in the world this week.
All right, let's see what's happening in the world. Hershey is starting to roll out its Halloween candy, including its popular Halloween pumpkins. Hershey will produce 26 million Reese's Pumpkins for Halloween 2026.
And those are just the bellies of the guys down at the comic book store.
Retired flight attendant Paul Venito has begun his annual trek to Ground Zero in what's known as Paulie's Push. He started in Boston and will travel 220 miles through 60 cities, pushing a beverage cart in memory of those impacted by 9/11.
And incredibly, he won't bang anyone's ankles the entire way.
A Georgia federal court overturned the ban on handgun silencers. Yeah, they hold down the racket in big cities.
One Friday night, there were 15 shootouts in Southside Chicago, but the only noise you heard was whenever Guatemala scored.
ICE agents will start wearing electronic shock gloves that deliver 380 volts of electricity to use on protesters. Apparently, there were mishaps during training.
2 ICE agents are being monitored by burn care specialists for internal damage after they fist bumped each other hello.
The WNBA was rocked by 2 ex-NBA players who declared themselves eligible for the WNBA draft since the league allows biological women who identify as men. I just read the average man lives to be 78 and the average woman lives to be 87.
So the day I turned 78, I'm entering the WNBA draft.
Paramount's David Ellison vowed to move the Hollywood studio out of state if an antitrust suit blocks his takeover of Warner Brothers. The studio's exodus will be terrible for the Golden State.
Governor Gavin Newsom is demanding action from whoever is in charge of California.
Miss USA pageant stripped Miss North Carolina Brittany Boltonhouse of her crown when they found she repeatedly used the N-word in a post. She says she's being targeted for her conservative beliefs.
The post cost her a Miss USA title, but it won her a Grammy nomination for Best Original Lyrics.
The U.S. Navy will conduct war games with South Korea and Japan. The 2 Asian nations are ethnically homogenous. Japan is almost 100% Japanese, and South Korea is almost 100% Korean.
When they see a white guy in their country, they just assume he's a scout for the Dodgers.
Sportico reports that the average NFL team is worth $9.34 billion. The Dallas Cowboys lead the way at $15.5 billion. The Cincinnati Bengals checked in with the lowest value at $7.4. Not sure if that's because it's in Cincinnati or because it's near Cleveland. Social media videos are showing fights, crashes, and other disturbances during the 2026 Dream Cruise, an event billed as the world's largest classic car event in Michigan. Police say there was a large fight at Dugan's Irish Pub in the Detroit area, and a 1965 Chevy Corvette was reported stolen.
Police advise the public to be on the lookout for a drunken Irish boomer.
In 1950, ABC television began the tradition of the Saturday morning kid shows. Animal Clinic, which featured live animals, and Acrobat Ranch, which had a circus theme, were the first two shows on the air.
Yeah, that show is still on the air. It's called the Evening News.
Gene Simmons' reality TV series Rock School made its debut on VH1. For the series, the KISS bassist taught a group of classically trained 13-year-old musicians at a British boarding school how to be rock stars.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you can show someone how to have a longer tongue.
Kanye West, a.k.a. Ye, will perform in Russia in October. West has been banned from performing in a few European countries after an anti-Semitic remark for something he attributes to an undiagnosed brain injury.
Oh, it's diagnosed all right.
Foghat is set to release a new album. It's a live album called Live and Loud across the USA. I suspect it will smell like bong water. There's a growing number of calls to poison centers involving convenience store kratom. Use of the plant-based drug that can give off an opioid-like effect has increased over the last decade. Data shows there were more than 1,200 in 2023. Kratom can cause seizures, breathing, and heart issues, and often other serious medical issues.
I mean, if you can't trust convenience store crack, what can you trust?
Well, the White House reported that President Trump hid inside a catering truck to change planes and thwart off an Iranian assassination attempt targeting Air Force One in Turkey.
President Trump has escaped so many assassinations. He was just awarded his own hip-hop handle, two-term Shakur.
Likely Democratic presidential candidate AOC decided to freeze her eggs in case she wants to have children in the future. She said she's currently on a nationwide listening tour of the U.S.
She was just in Virginia to find out why all the Civil War battles were fought in national parks.
The White House dealt with a communist threat in the midterms while the U.S. military is preparing to level Iran. Russia and Ukraine are slaughtering each other's troops with video-controlled grenade-sized drones.
Yeah, I just turned off the news and put on a serial killer documentary to relax.
WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert refused to say what the W in the WNBA stands for, while former NBA players were vowing to enter the WNBA by identifying as women.
It finally took Elmer Fudd to give the commissioner the correct answer. He said the W in the WNBA stands for lesbians.
Cereal companies are bringing back something many parents remember from their childhood, actual toys inside the box. With breakfast cereal sales down more than 13% in the last 5 years, major brands are turning to nostalgia to lure shoppers back. Kellogg's recently revived the cereal box prize after more than a decade, offering collectible Toy Story 5 spoon figurines. And General Mills is giving away themed toys featuring characters like the Honey Nut Cheerios Bee and Trix Rabbit, and puppet versions of its monster cereal mascots. Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Blueberry coming in October. Cereal box toys disappeared years ago amid safety concerns and criticism of marketing sugary cereals to kids, but companies now hope a little old-school fun can make cereal exciting again. So, if you're wondering why your kids are fighting again while you're trying to sleep in on a Sunday, that's why.
Maybe they should just give away toothbrushes.
All right, well, forget fur baby. A lot of pet parents are now sharing names with actual babies. A new survey found Bella is America's most popular dog name, while Isabella ranks among the top girls' names for children. Leo, also popular with both species, ranking 3rd for cats and 24th for boys. Chloe makes the crossover list too. The trend reflects how deeply pets have become part of our families, with 97% of dog and cat owners calling them family members. Here are the top 10 dog names of 2026. Starting at number 10, Lola, then Charlie, Lucy, Buddy, Milo, Daisy, had one of those, Coco, Max, Luna, and Bella.
Yeah, I guess I would only use like 2 or 3 of those.
Let's face it, we're officially at the point where if you shout Bella, half the neighborhood turns around.
I don't have a problem with naming a dog Bella. What I do have a problem with is if someone decides to name their kid Rover.
Here's another Dawack, did you know?
Not going to bed angry can help you live longer. Researchers at Oregon State University found in 2021 that people who settled arguments right away experienced about half the negative emotional reaction of those who let problems linger and showed no emotional residue the next day. The study also found that seniors are most likely to resolve conflicts quickly. The study authors added that reducing chronic stress plays a major role in improving overall health, which means it's better for you to take care of that conflict quickly rather than sleep on it.
Man, after stress, sounds like I need to learn to argue faster.
And now it's time for Zach the Wax.
If you shave your eyebrows off, it'll take 64 days for them to grow back. Sodium, lithium, and potassium are all metals. There are no nuts in Honey Nut Cheerios. It has a nut flavoring made from ground peach pits. Baby owls are called owlets. And hematidrosis is a medical condition in which the patient sweats blood. There you go.
Here is today's first list.
These are really bad press conference opening lines. My pants will be arriving shortly. It was never my intention to get caught. I'd like to thank my wives for standing here beside me. I'll keep this short because I need to flee the country. I am so high right now. Florida law says that if I don't like your questions, I can shoot you. I thought I said no chubby reporters. And the last one here on the list, look at you sorry, sons of bitches.
Here's the second list.
All right, here's a list of stupid questions for optimists. What are the cons of being optimistic? Have you tried looking through rose-colored glasses? Is your last name Prime? Do you ever look at the glass and think too much water? Do you call denial having a good attitude? So, you've been a Cleveland Browns fan for a while now, huh? You're still like that, huh? Even this year? And the last one here, can I book you an eye test?
Here's today's totally random joke.
My baby thinks I'm still 25, but my body thinks my mind is an idiot.
Here's another Dawack deep thought.
The problem with people is that they forget that most of the time it's the small things that count. And there you go.
We gotta wrap this program to bring you something really, really, really stupid.
If it's weird, if it's wild, if it made the whole world lose its mind, from Florida fools to viral views, it's time for Dawack's Stupid News.
All right, I've searched far and wide. I've searched the internets, the outernets, the underwebs, and the interwebs. This, my friends, is Stupid News. Real stories, real people, questionable decisions. Stupid News headline, World Record Mr. Potato Head. A Kentucky man has broken a Guinness World Record by assembling a Mr. Potato Head while blindfolded. His time, 7.92 seconds.
Meanwhile, it takes me 20 minutes to put a fitted sheet on a mattress with my eyes open.
Congratulations, sir. You have officially achieved the dream every parent has, putting Mr. Potato Head's ass where his nose belongs at competitive speed. Next Stupid News headline, the Great Tortoise Escape. In Manitoba, a 15-year-old African spurred tortoise escaped from home and disappeared. The runaway tortoise was eventually found safe. Hey, wasn't there a turtle over there last Tuesday? Police say there was no high-speed chase. Well, obviously. Stupid news headline, there's a snake in the car. A Tennessee woman was riding in her car when a snake suddenly slithered out from underneath the hood while the vehicle was moving.
Nope, car belongs to the snake now. Pull over, leave the keys, cancel the insurance. Congratulations, Mr. Snake. Your payment is due on the 15th. I'm walking home.
Stupid news headline, NASA has to confirm that gravity still works. A viral conspiracy theory claimed that on August 12th, Earth would supposedly lose gravity for 7 seconds. It spread enough online that NASA actually had to explain that no, Earth was not going to suddenly lose gravity.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the point where America's top space scientists have to come to work and say, okay, everybody, gravity is still on.
Imagine being an NASA scientist. Years of college, advanced physics, astrophysics, and somebody hands you a phone? Gary from Facebook says we're all floating Wednesday. Nope, didn't happen. All right, stupid news headline, the movie theater fart from hell. What the hell? This one's too good not to mention. Hundreds of moviegoers at a screening of Spider-Man Brand New Day in Colombia reportedly fled into the hallways after a horrible smell of flatulence filled the theater. Nobody admitted responsibility, and there was speculation it could have been a stink bomb. Imagine letting one go so powerful that Spider-Man can't even save the theater.
That's not a fart. That's the Marvel supervillain.
Coming this summer, The Amazing Spider-Man versus the S-Crack of Doom. All right, stupid news. Headline, somebody just won $1 billion. The Powerball ticket sold in Western Illinois hit a jackpot worth $1 billion. Yep, $1 billion, which means somewhere in Illinois, somebody woke up, checked their ticket, and immediately began rehearsing. Unfortunately, I will not be coming into work today, or tomorrow, or ever again. Also, Steve, remember that meeting you scheduled for Monday morning? You do it. All right, stupid news headline, cocaine bags featuring a soccer star. Authorities in Ecuador seized a shipment of cocaine, and some of the packages reportedly featured the image of soccer superstar Erling Haaland. Whatever. Imagine being Haaland's agent and getting that phone call. Good news, your client's brand recognition is incredible. Great. Nike? No, not exactly. All right, remember, folks, these are real stories. I don't make the news. I just sit here, read it, and slowly become convinced that humanity was a group project nobody was supervising.
And that is stupid news.
Whether you're rich or parking cars, your fate is written in the stars. You don't want to look like a dope, so listen up close for your horrible scope.
All right, here we go. Now it's time for the world-famous, highly outrageous, never-ever contagious, Dawack in the Morning horoscopes for Friday, August 21st. If today is your birthday, you celebrated with Kim Cattrall. She's 70. Hayden Panettiere would have been 37. Unfortunately, she passed away Sunday night. Khalees, singer of Milkshake, is 47. Casey Musgraves turns 38. Usain Bolt is 40. J.D. Martinez, All-Star, is 39. And Steve Case, he was the co-founder of AOL, remember? He's 68. All right, they are all Leos. Leo, it's still Leo season, so naturally you've assumed Friday is being held in your honor. Wear something flashy. Enter every room like there's theme music playing. If nobody compliments you by noon, start fishing aggressively. Your lucky number is 1, obviously. Your lucky phrase, did you notice anything different? Virgo, you will spend 45 minutes organizing something today that nobody else knew needed organizing. Then someone will move one thing. Authorities are asking you to remain calm. Your lucky number is 45. Your lucky activity is reorganizing the organization system. Libra, a major decision awaits you today. You'll carefully consider every possible outcome, ask 6 people for advice, read 23 reviews, and then order the same damn thing you always order. Your lucky number is 23. Your lucky restaurant is the usual place. Scorpio, someone who annoyed you in 2017 will randomly cross your mind today. Congratulations, you are now angry all over again about something they didn't even remember. Revenge isn't necessary, but imagining it is free. Your lucky number is 2017. Your lucky hobby is holding grudges recreationally. Sagittarius, adventure is calling. Unfortunately, adventure costs $1,800 plus airfare. So today your journey will be to Costco, where you'll enter needing paper towels and leave with a rotisserie chicken, patio furniture, and 96 AA batteries. Your lucky number is 96. Your lucky phrase is, it was on sale. Capricorn, you've worked hard all week, and today's productivity officially ends at approximately 10:37 this morning. From that point forward, you'll just move windows around your computer whenever somebody walks past. Your lucky number is 1037. Your lucky keyboard shortcut is Alt-Tab. Aquarius, you will come up with an absolutely brilliant idea today. Everyone will laugh. 6 months from now, somebody else will do the exact same thing and make $4 million. You'll receive nothing except the privilege of screaming, "I said that first!" Your lucky number is 4 million. Your lucky investment is apparently somebody else's idea. Pisces, your intuition is unusually strong today. You sense something wonderful is coming, something you've waited for all week, something that will bring you joy, happiness, and relief. It's 5 o'clock. Go home. Your lucky number is 5. Your lucky beverage is you know damn well. Aries, today you'll feel an overwhelming urge to tell someone exactly what you think. Don't do it, especially if that someone signs your paycheck, cooks your food, or knows where you sleep. Your lucky number is 4. Your lucky phrase is, I was just kidding. Taurus, the universe says you deserve something nice today. Unfortunately, your bank account says you deserve a sandwich from home. Tonight, avoid online shopping after 2 drinks. Nobody needs another countertop appliance. Your lucky number is $3.17. Your lucky food is whatever's about to expire. Gemini, one of your personalities wants you to go out tonight. The other wants to sweatpants, Netflix, and absolutely no human interaction. There will be a meeting at 5 o'clock. Sweatpants wins. Your lucky number is 2. Your lucky excuse is I already have plans. And finally, Cancer. Someone will ask, are you okay today? This is your opportunity to lie and say yep, like a normal adult. Do not unload 14 years of emotional baggage on the cashier at Walgreens. She just asked if you wanted a receipt. Your lucky number is 14. Your lucky aisle is the snack aisle. And those are your Friday horoscopes for August 21st. Remember, these predictions are based on absolutely zero astronomy, zero science, and zero qualifications whatsoever. But if anything I predicted actually happens, I'm a psychic. If it doesn't, Mercury did it. Now get out there and enjoy your Friday before someone from work says, hey, real quick question before you leave. And
Don't leave home without him.
there you go. That's another show for you. You've been listening to the Always First, Never Last podcast with me, your doomsday host, the incredible, edible Mr. Zach Wackalina. Please connect with me at ZachDawack.com. That's ZACKDAWACK.com, or call 984-DAWACK1. That's 984-329-2251. Like the show, follow me, or subscribe, and please share this show with your friends. Thank you to all the awesome wackos, weirdos, reverts, preverts, dingbats, and jellowheads anonymous for listening. I'm out of here like Vladimir until next time, and there will be a next time. Don't forget me, I won't forget you. I am Zach Dawack, saying if I'm lying, I'm dying. Grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. Unless I'm sicker than a dog, I will be back Monday. We'll see you then. Same whack time, same whack channel. Whack out.
Don't be a butthead, don't be a butthead in the morning, ZachDawack.com.
Bye! buckaroos.
World, global, universal, and cosmological rights reserved.
Federal rights too.
That's us, the end of the program. Thanks for stopping by. Have a whack-filled kind of day.
Copyright 2026.